Good morning. I guess it could potentially be afternoon if you are my East Coast friends or beyond. How are you today? Let me know in the comments how you're doing, how you're feeling, how your week has gone. If you're watching the replay, just let me know that it's the replay, and I will get back to you as soon as I can with the questions. So this week has been all about sustainability, and not in the way that we usually hear it talked about, in terms of composting, recycling, all of those kinds of things, but in sustainability as like energy and how we interact with life, how we interact with relationships, and all of those types of areas. Today's video isn't going to be super long. It's just sustainable as a mindset. So you might have noticed watching the videos that a lot of things were similar. The approaches used, there's scheduling, time audits, energy audits, how you feel in your body, boundaries. I don't know why boundaries are so shamey and guilty, why people feel like it's rude or wrong to say no. Like, I mean, part of it I get. I get that, especially those of us who were raised as women, were taught to be quiet. Like, just tell the patriarchy to fuck off. You can say it in every other way, so why not relationships and boundaries, you know? Apply some of your feminist theory to your own dang self, you know what I mean? Okay, so all I want to do is present you with a few questions on how to make sustainability your mindset, your mode of operation. It is the framework that you filter every request, every to-do list, everything, when it's time to like take stock of whether or not something is serving you, like questions that you can filter it through. And you can adopt these to almost be second nature. It's like when I'm going through the store, and I'm buying stuff. Sustainability is like, do I need that? It's not just, do I want that? And that's not that our wants are bad, but sometimes, if I can't articulate why I want something other than I want it, it's like, well, I'm just hoarding possessions, and that's not sustainable. I live in a tiny house. But I do the same thing with like my relationships, my energy, even my to-read list that I need to go pick up from the library. It's getting long. I need to read some of those books before I keep adding more to the list. So, first of all, we can easily tell what isn't sustainable, so we can walk it back. We can walk it back using questions. So you can tell what isn't sustainable by your energy. If you're feeling burnout, if you're feeling like you're avoiding a task, a relationship, a person, a situation, media, a tool, your own thoughts, whatever. You can tell that something isn't sustainable by how you react to it or avoid it, right? So easy things to do. Ask yourself if you can keep this up long term. So the behavior, can you keep the behavior up long term? Can you keep devoting this level of energy to the relationship, to self-protection, to whatever it is that you're doing? So if you always have your guard up, say, so that nobody can hurt you, and you feel alone and you feel isolated, can you keep the isolation up long term and still be healthy and happy and secure? Can you keep devoting so much energy to not letting things in and being hyper vigilant and on guard all of the time long term? Can you keep up the need to be happy and keep everyone else happy and healthy long term? There are things that I can keep up long term. Okay, I can keep gratefulness up long term. There is always something to be thankful for. Always. Like literally anything I can be thankful for. So there's always something. So gratefulness I can keep up long term. Pessimism, negativity, I can't keep that up long term. It sucks my life and it sucks the energy out of everyone around me. And my energy bubble goes so much farther than I give it credit for, especially with social media, my friends. Okay. So another way to find out if it's something that you might not be able to keep up long term, or you might be able to keep up long term, but it just has some growing pains. Here's some really good questions for that. Does it feel good? Do the results or the action itself, does it bring you joy? Does it give you endorphins? Does it make you smile? Does it make other people smile? Does it create a chain reaction of good things, of happy things? Do you find yourself dancing and smiling or whatever? Or are you tired, irritable, grumpy, losing patience, whatever? Are you feeling tension in your body? Do your shoulders creep up into your ears? Do you feel like you can't sit still? Does it feel good? Does it feel satisfying? Like, I don't like household chores, but I'm always super satisfied and like super chill and relaxed after they're done. So I hate burpees. But when I can accomplish a bunch of them in part of a workout routine, I feel so badass, So it feels good. It just doesn't feel good immediately. So these are things. It's like, is this sustainable? Doing burpees for, an hour isn't sustainable for me, but doing a couple sets here and there is totally sustainable. And eventually I'll build up my endurance and be able to do more. Sustainability is also about taking on what you can handle either by yourself or with a support network. And those all vary, right? Is it something that drains you? So when you're done this situation, like, do you have social burnout? Do you have an emotional fallout? Do you have an energetic fallout from this thing? Some things are necessary in life. Like, I get an energetic burnout every time I go to Costco. I need a nap after we put all the groceries away, because people are people, and I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. But it's an ordeal, especially where I live, where people think that COVID-19 doesn't exist. So it's an ordeal for me to go to the store. And then when I come home, I need a nap. Is it sustainable? Not if I go every day, but if I go only when I need supplies, it's totally fine. Does it make you anxious? Okay, so it wouldn't have been sustainable, achievable, doable, or comfortable for me to do the live videos that I've been doing a year ago. But I invested in the process and the growing pains of learning how to be comfortable in my own skin, practicing sustainability a little at a time, building up my tolerance to the things that make me afraid, so that fear is no longer something that can motivate or unmotivate me. My anxiety of like showing up, being correct or incorrect, of people liking me or not liking me, is tied to approval instead of purpose, right? Approval is an unsustainable way to live. But if you're sure of your purpose and you're operating out of that, you literally can't do wrong. Now, I don't mean you're not going to fuck up, make a mistake, hurt people's feelings, say the wrong thing, have to eat your words, need to eat humble pie. But if you know what your purpose is and all of your decisions are made in regard to achieving that purpose in life, whether for me, I know it's to help people. I know it's to bring people joy and comfort and happiness and like lighten the mood and be honest authentically and show up in life as their like authentic, beautiful, messy, whatever self. All of my decisions will be made that way, which means I'm not going to hide when I make a mistake, because that would be hypocritical in the worst way. I'd be like, yeah, it's totally fine for everyone else to show up as their authentic self, but not me. Well, that's not sustainable, right? Not going to help anyone if I can't be honest. The last question, that is actually one of the most easy questions. We just don't like asking it. Is this the best use of my energy? So I want you to think of your energy as a like a bank or a gas tank or like a battery. You only get so much each day before you need to plug it back in to the source of your power. Depending on your personal beliefs, that source might be God, it might be angels, it might be meditation, it might be nature, it might literally just be sleep. It might be self-care, it might be Kundalini, it might be witchcraft, it might be whatever. So whatever the source, the thing that fills you up, it could be your family, it could be your friends, it could be swimming in the ocean, whatever that is for you. You need to fill that up. So is this the best use of your allotted amount of energy for the day? Is worrying about something you can't control the best use of your energy? Is trying to control other people the best use of your energy? Is being afraid to show up as yourself the best use of your energy? Is plate spinning, all of the things, the best use of your energy? So like you can ask these questions. Is having a dance party in this minute to celebrate something amazing that happened the best use of my energy? Yes, it freaking is. The answer to that is almost always yes. I'm getting distracted by this really cute, adorable bunny that is about this big that is in my backyard right now. And if I try to show him to you, he will run away. But I'm really glad there's a bunny back there, because if there's a bunny back there, there's no rats. Anyway. So that is my basic thoughts and questions about sustainability. It always comes back to, is this the best use of my energy in this moment? Like even when I feel myself slipping back into old patterns and like wanting to binge watch Netflix or wanting to sleep away my stress, is this the best use of my energy? Do I need to recharge right now, or am I hiding? And sometimes I do need a nap. Like yesterday, I needed a nap and it was so good. I needed a nap so bad yesterday, okay, that I slept from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the afternoon, got up, was still tired, did my stuff. I did some dishes, I ate some dinner. I was part of my friend's Instagram live, and which I love showing up to. And then I went to bed at like 9 o'clock and slept until 5 in the morning. Like I was just so tired yesterday. But it's because I was spending my energy where it needed to be spent. And then I intentionally booked most of today, tomorrow, and the next day completely off, because that is sustainable. I can go really hard 2 or 3 days a week max. I know that. And maybe later on, that will change as I grow and develop and learn new things and energy practices. But right now, what's sustainable for me is 3 full days. So what is the best use of your energy? Where are you leaking it unnecessarily? Sometimes there are things in life that we just need to do that suck. And they might not suck for other people, but they suck for us. So I'm here to help you if you need any guidance or wisdom. This group is here. The wealth of resources, wisdom, knowledge, and support that is in this group of 58 people is astounding. Do not be too afraid of the sound of your own voice, of what people might think or say, to post in this group your questions, your thoughts, your journey. Okay, because this group is safe and I take that safety seriously. Share where you're at. You never know what your sharing might lead to, right? Mine led to an entire business. Yours might lead to inspiring other people to growth, to happiness, to healing, to vulnerability, to practice flexing that vulnerability muscle in a way where they know they're going to be all right. I love you. Have a beautiful weekend. I'll see you on Monday.